I fell in love with a fucking stalker. And how dare you? And you know what? Go to sleep tonight and sleep on your pillow and know what you did to this woman.
The one in my crack says the world is my oyster in my crack.
Leave it up to YouTube, you know? Leave it up to YouTube.
This is Morgan, better known to her thousands of online followers as Unstoppable Morgan, and in the summer of 2023, she proves that the name is earned. Taking some time off from her usual travel videos, Morgan immerses herself in a summer romance that turns into a living nightmare of venomous allegations and twisted mind games involving money, reputation, and even violence. The question, is Unstoppable Morgan the innocent victim of this madness, or is she the architect?
And now he has my dogs. Now he has my dogs. Now he has my dogs.
It's August 16th, 2023 in Sparks, Nevada, and the Washoe County Sheriff's Department gets a very unusual call.
Hi, I'm calling to report a crime.
Okay, what crime?
Extortion.
Okay, where did this occur?
It occurred online. I had called the FBI last night, and they told me I needed to notify the local authorities as well.
Okay, is the computer at your house where this happened?
No, it's being done via social media.
Okay, what is her relationship to you?
She's my ex-girlfriend.
Okay, and what exactly was the extortion that she made?
She wanted $400,000. She made a post saying that she got a black eye, but she didn't say how or that it was me. She alluded to it and made several other posts after that, and actually did again say she wanted to be quote-unquote paid out. She said, "Buy me out like the last chick you f***ing bit. $400K.
It's not every day that a call comes into 911 reporting an alleged online extortion, but as we'll soon hear, that's only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to John's extraordinary story.
Okay, and I'm not on that property, by the way. It's only her.
Where were you?
I've been sleeping on a dirt road up in the desert up north of there.
Okay, we need you to meet with our deputies to take a report, so where do you want to meet at?
Could we meet at my office?
Okay, sir.
The dispatcher has deputies meet him at his office later that morning. It's there that John shares the stormy tale of a romance gone sour. We also find out that this isn't John's first contact with the Washoe County Sheriff's Office this week.
Yesterday, I responded out to the house for a wellness check for her.
I was here.
She was kind of in an emotional state yesterday, so it wasn't super clear. So just kind of when you guys started dating.
We started online dating, phone, distance relationship.
And how did you meet her?
Online, she's a YouTuber.
Okay.
She has an online presence.
Okay.
John goes on to explain that just like thousands of her followers, he was a fan of Unstoppable Morgan's YouTube channel. The pair met online and started dating. Soon, he invited her home.
She had these ideas about, what she wanted to do for her next project, for her channel and this and that. I got space, why don't you come on out this way? So she came out this way, stayed for about a week. She went up to Idaho for a couple of weeks to go tour some hot springs and film content for her YouTube channel. We had still been talking on the phone. I was working on things.
Okay.
Yeah. She was like, okay, well, I'll come back.
But John tells the officers that things quickly deteriorated from there.
She just progressively got more unstable. And so I was like, look, still love you as a friend, but I don't think we can, have a relationship on any kind of romantic level. Then started going online and doing stuff. One day she was like, oh yeah, we broke up, and she took a bunch of stuff out of my house and was posting a live on YouTube saying that she stole my dog and she stole my Rolex and all this stuff, and was driving around live streaming it.
As John relates the story to deputies outside his office, the details of this shattered romance grow more and more outlandish. Their living situation in particular has been a major source of conflict. The officer asks John when Morgan moved into the home's mother-in-law suite.
She was never really fully in the mother-in-law's. She was in my room for quite a bit, and then moved into the mother-in-law's after the first call, when your partner said, look, I checked the house, she can lock the door. He told her, you stay on that side, you stay on that side.
And what was the reason for that call? I've kind of read through it a little bit.
Right.
Like, what was the whole issue with that?
So the whole issue with that was on Sunday morning, my sister had said, hey, I was just made known to me that there were some live videos that Morgan had recorded inside the facility. She signed the NDA saying that she wouldn't film or take photos or anything, blah, blah, blah. Can you ask her to take it down? So I asked Morgan, hey, I talked to my sister. She's asking if you take this video down. She flipped out. Tell me what time, what timestamp, mother, blah, 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 going off.
John explains that Morgan had posted several videos of the inside of his family business setup, despite signing an NDA regarding pictures or videos of his work when she had visited the facility. John says that his sister then came to him wanting to know why Morgan was still living at his house.
I was like, I've been trying. I've asked her nicely. I've told her this won't work as a romantic relationship, yada, yada. And she's like, okay, fine.
John's sister and her husband decide to go out to the house to convince Morgan to take down the videos she's filmed without permission. But the conversation quickly turns heated.
She was going off. She was drunk. When they went in there, they were like, okay, well, it appears that she is packing her things up. She's clearly intoxicated. We can't ask her to, drive away or anything like that. So I've literally, since Sunday night, been sleeping up the road by the off-road section right outside of Pyramid Lake.
Yeah.
John explains that Morgan's tantrums and sudden outbursts had scared him to a point where he'd packed out of his own house and had been sleeping in his car up a dirt road. In his quest for a solution to the problem, John even reaches out to Morgan's family. Their response is astonishing.
I called her brother yesterday, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Your sister's been drinking for a few days. She says she's going to leave. She still hasn't left, and I'm not sure what to do. He literally responded, you do what you got to do, man. She's just had an ongoing issue with everyone in her family. Her brother was like, if you got to try to get her 5150, this, that, and the other, he's like, you just do what you got to do.
5150 is a reference to laws that allow for the detainment of persons experiencing a mental health crisis. Meanwhile, John tells the deputies more dark details about the messages Morgan has been sending.
No, I want $400K for my silence. I'll leave. We had a text exchange about her demanding money and then saying, well, I know you're broke, so I'll settle for $20K for my silence.
What is she wanting her silence for?
Well, she's claiming that she'll ruin my reputation.
With serious allegations hanging in the air, deputies must consider all possibilities. Is John trying to get out ahead of the story with a tale of his own, or is Morgan inventing accusations for financial gain? John tells the deputies his version of what happened.
So I went and knocked on the door. I actually thought she might try to pull some, so I had my phone recording in my back pocket, audio only. She finally answered the door, just soaking wet, like she'd gotten out of the bathtub, towel on, very disoriented. I was like, hey, I'm just checking on you. I saw the posts you made about help me, I need help, I'm not good. We're still just standing in the doorway. And she's like, I don't know, something, my eye. I'm like, trying to look. I'm like, what's going on, right? We have a brief conversation. She slams the door. I leave.
It's a simple enough story, but is it the truth? That's something police must investigate. But first, they want to see exactly what Morgan has been posting online.
Last night at 2-ish or so in the morning, she sends me some texts. Oh, she's still texting? She's still texting. That's the most recent text. She's trying to say that because of her antics, she's gained more subscribers and is making more money and then demanding $400K. She even sent her bank account screenshot with her routing info and everything. She's saying she wants some money for silence, and then she started posting early this morning around 2 or 3 a.m. photos that apparently that she's taken down that showed that I had physically abused her.
Do you have those photos on here? Can you
they're in the email.
As the deputy reads through the posts, he finds a message in which Morgan references something ominous.
What's this unstoppable army? What is that?
That's what she calls her followers on her social media platform.
Okay.
Police now understand that Morgan's threats have teeth. Her popularity on YouTube gives her a wide audience, and her loyal followers will likely believe any allegations she makes against her ex-boyfriend. John also explains a little more about how the situation between them deteriorated so drastically this week.
I had given her till yesterday at noon to be gone. That was the deal that we agreed to via text. She said, okay, fine, I understand, I'll be out. And I said, the other option is that I will have to go down and get an eviction notice filed for you. So you pick. And obviously she didn't like that ultimatum. Probably not the smartest thing on my behalf to even state that. But yeah.
You mentioned here that you contacted the FBI?
Yes, last night.
Last night?
Yes.
Okay. What did the FBI tell you?
They took the report and then they said call in and report it to local authorities.
Okay.
And I planned to do that this morning, but by the time I woke up, I had already seen all this stuff that she was putting out. So I immediately called as soon as I woke up.
Okay.
Oh, here she just posted again. $400K and I'll shut up. Ask to write the check 2 minutes ago.
John seems to have all the evidence he needs. Nonetheless, the deputy explains that bringing this case to resolution may not be as simple as it appears.
This is my other problem.
Okay.
Talking to her yesterday, she was very adamant of not coming out of the house.
Yes.
And very adamant of me not going into the house.
Okay.
Even if I have probable cause to arrest her for extortion,
Yes.
people's rights outweigh
Absolutely.
my ability to go in.
barging
So I can't go into the house.
Sure.
I can't rip her out of the house, even if she answers the door. Like there's a threshold there. Like I can't
Sure.
violate that.
Right.
So if she refuses to come out to talk to me, then I probably won't be able to arrest her today.
Indeed, because of this legal barrier, the deputy actually discusses with John a few options for getting Morgan out of the house, including potentially having her meet John at a neutral location. As it turns out, however, no ruse is needed. In the following Bodycam audio, we join the deputies as they make contact with Morgan at the house.
Hey Morgan, how are you?
I'm okay.
You okay? What's going on today? Nothing? No? There was some posts about you injured your eye? How did that happen? Someone hit you? When did it hit you?
I came back and we're not ready to talk about
Okay.
it.
What if you talk to my partner? If you
No,
don't-
I'm just my heart is pounding.
Okay. Well, I would like to talk about that with you, just so we can make sure you're okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Can we come in and talk to you? So that looks pretty. Do you have a light? Can I turn the light on?
Sure.
Because Morgan lets the deputies inside willingly, they no longer need a pretense to lure her out of the house.
And when did this happen? You said yesterday after we were here?
Monday.
Oh, it happened on Monday? Do you have your phone? Were you able to call the police?
For what?
Well, I mean that's a battery. It's not okay to
Well, I feel like I'm making it entice him a little bit.
entice them. Well,
Because I'm still here.
Perhaps sensing that something is off about Morgan's claims, the deputy tries to get more details about the altercation.
Tuesday it happened. So that was yesterday, right? And you said it was after I came out and talked to you yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, so he came home. What was the conversation he was upset about?
Why the he's still here?
Okay. Anything else? It just started with that?
Yeah, just why are you still here? You.
At what
He
point?
just got super frustrated and just came at me.
Morgan tells the deputy that she has a recording that will demonstrate the truth of her claims. She pulls out her phone and plays the evidence for all to hear.
And this is all from yesterday when he was here?
No, when he called me after.
Oh, when he called you. Okay.
Why are you calling me?
You know why?
No, I don't.
No, you do.
No, I don't.
What?
Please tell me.
I was looking at my phone and looking at 911 and should I call them? And so that's why I was calling you. Do I
Did you call them?
No. And I wasn't sure.
What are you saying right now, Morgan?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't
I wasn't.
understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if I should. Should I?
Why don't you? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Why would you call them?
What for?
Yeah.
Extremely abusive and threatening me.
What did I threaten you with?
My life.
I did?
The recording doesn't get the deputy any closer to resolving the matter, but it seems Morgan herself is eager to put the whole thing in the past.
He's a nice guy. Like I said, I feel like I enticed him and I'm still here and he doesn't deserve any action.
Yeah.
This was a big mistake.
What was a big mistake?
This whole thing.
Coming here or dating him or what part was it?
No, the hitting me thing.
Okay.
It was just a big mistake.
Has he ever been
No.
violent with you in the past or
Never.
physical with you?
No, just verbally.
The deputy clearly isn't impressed with Morgan's evidence, but he continues to ask about the altercation and its fallout, warning her to take the matter seriously. Her response shows that there is more to unstoppable Morgan than meets the eye.
Like, it's fine, everything's fine. Like, he's gone and he's left me alone. And
But what happens if he comes back? Because he does live here. So
I have a gun.
you have a
And I'll
gun?
shoot him. Can I? If he comes in here, I will shoot him. Can I?
Well,
I am staying
if you
in
feel
my
like your life is in danger, you do have a right to defend
Right.
yourself. But
And so
I'm not
if he
recommending
knows
that
he's the
that
one
you
that
shoot
gave
him.
me the gun.
Perhaps realizing that the situation between John and Morgan has the potential to get much worse if left unresolved, the deputy steers the conversation in a different direction.
So did you send him any messages or anything about any money?
Oh, that was a joke. He gave his ex-wife $400,000, so I was joking and said I wanted $400K to leave. It was a joke.
Did you tell him that you were joking?
I think he knows.
He knows. How does he know that you were joking?
Just by the context of it all.
Well, I read all the messages and I've seen all the posts. They don't
Yeah,
seem to be joking.
I know what it looks like, but like he knows.
Leaving aside the question of whether or not the posts were mere jokes, the deputy explains that there are some discrepancies in Morgan's timeline.
What was it that you were referring to about being silent if he paid you the money? You told him that if he paid you the money that you would be silent and just leave. What was that about? About that injury? And that happened yesterday?
Like I said, I have to, like, I'm a little confused
Okay.
at this point, so it's like very distraught.
Well, you said that it happened after I would talk to you yesterday.
Yeah.
Some of those messages were before yesterday. What were those about being silent and just leaving?
I know that I'm calling.
Morgan doesn't seem to have an answer for this, so the deputy tries to determine why she posted pictures of her black eye to her army of followers.
But when you posted the pictures, was that to imply like that he did those? Is that why you posted them? To hurt him? Is there a specific reason you want to hurt him? You said that he's a nice guy and he's let you stay here. The reason that you posted those to hurt him specifically?
Well, that's something I have to ask myself. And so it's like this tit for tat thing going on right now, where he's like, I want to destroy you, and I'm like,
What actions has he done to destroy you?
threatening to, he said that I need help,
Okay.
and I need to be in a mental institution,
Okay.
and he was like, I'm going to make sure that you get there,
Okay.
and I was like, why would you do that to me and my dogs?
Do you think he's trying to destroy you by saying that you need to maybe get some help?
Do I need help? No.
No.
I am 100% mentally sane.
Okay.
Morgan takes the topic of her mental health off the table, but she lets the deputy know that her anger at John comes from a wellspring of betrayal.
Why do you hate him so much?
Because he just tricked me.
How did he trick you?
He just tricked me. He told me everything I ever wanted to hear. And coerced me to come in here, and then I left, and then he coerced me to come back. And here we are. I just feel like such a fool. It was just me lied about everything. I wanted a family, and I wanted a baby, and we're having unprotected, and he's like, let's not try to have a baby, but let's not try to have a baby, and he just fooled me.
As dramatic as these details may be, the deputy is more interested in hard evidence of wrongdoing. He makes one last attempt to get the truth about their supposedly violent altercation.
How many times did he come over here yesterday?
No, he didn't come over. He's just been driving past.
So he didn't come over at all yesterday?
Like I said, I have to look at my phone when it comes to the altercation, but after that, he's been gone.
Will you look at the phone and see when the altercation happened? Because yesterday when I talked to you, you didn't have the black eye or anything.
Right.
But now you tell me that he didn't come over here yesterday, so I just...
No, I didn't say that. I feel like I need a lawyer.
You want a lawyer? You don't want to talk to me
I
anymore?
already have one.
Okay.
Morgan is clamming up, but the deputy reveals that he knows more than he's let on thus far.
Would it surprise you to know if I told you that John recorded that conversation because he thought that there might be like some allegations, so he recorded his conversation with you when he came home yesterday.
Okay.
And in the recordings, it doesn't sound like he was being violent or anything.
Right. He is a mastermind. He is so like this guy is like the most. He premeditates everything that he does, and so I'm here still. He's mad about that. I will not just be pushed out.
There's a detailed account of John's recording in the official police report. In that account, it's said that John knocks on the door for approximately 8.5 minutes before Morgan answers. John says he's just checking on her, and Morgan replies that she is good, but her eye is not. Observing that she's all wet, John asks if she slipped in the tub. Morgan says no. John asks her, "Did you slip on the floor?" This time, Morgan says, "Yeah." John attempts to get more information about what happened, but Morgan simply says, "You tell me." The police report notes that the audio conversation is consistent with John's verbal statement. Unfortunately for Morgan, the recording is not consistent with her story of John hitting her. The deputies know that she's been lying to them, and the next step is inevitable.
Do me a favor, ma'am. Go and stand up for me, please. Come on over here.
Why?
Ma'am, please just stand up, okay?
No.
Ma'am, I don't want to do anything.
What are you doing?
Like, just stand up for me, please.
Stop. I have
Just
3
stand up.
dogs.
Okay, I understand that. Hands behind your back.
No.
Ma'am, relax.
You are not doing this. What are you
Relax.
doing?
Morgan, just relax.
Why, you guys? Why are you doing this?
So, Morgan, I told you I'd explain it to you, all right? So right now, you're being arrested for extortion, okay?
Extortion?
Extortion. So
For the $20,000 comment?
for asking for $400,000 for your silence and for you to leave, right?
All right.
Okay?
It was a joke, but okay.
Well, John didn't think it was a joke. He felt like you were being serious because you asked him several times about it. Okay? So
Okay.
that's where we are right now. Okay?
Extortion.
Morgan spends the next few minutes digesting the reason for her arrest, and when we catch up with her in the back of the police car, she's come to her own conclusions about the situation.
I know what's going on right now.
But he did say that he's been in contact with your brother and...
With my brother that lives in...
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Of course he's in contact with my brother. Of course he's in contact with everyone that I know. I fell in love with a stalker. And I know why this is happening, because I know that family owns this town.
Morgan believes that she's the victim of a powerful conspiracy, and she blames the deputy for his part in her persecution.
And how dare you? And you know what? Go to sleep tonight. Sleep on your pillow and know what you did to this woman. This is exactly what he wanted. And now he has my dogs. Now he has my dogs. Now he has my dogs.
If you want, ma'am, we could call animal control.
No, please, please, please,
I mean,
no,
if you're concerned with him having your dogs, we could call them and...
No, he'll be good to them.
Okay.
And that's what he wants.
Morgan's emotions run from sadness to anger and back again on the long ride to jail.
Yeah, wave hello and say goodbye. Oh. Can you please turn this music off?
I can't. What kind of music would you like?
Just nothing at this point. But this is like the worst song ever.
The song in question is Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind.
This is not the song I need to go to jail to.
I can put on country?
No. Just silence, please. You tricked me.
I tricked you?
I invited you in the house, and I know that if I didn't, I wouldn't be here. You tricked me.
I wasn't trying to trick you, ma'am. I was trying to make sure that you're okay.
Yeah, and you came inside because you knew that you would only have the authority to arrest me if I either crossed the threshold or I let you in. You tricked me. I hope this is meeting your quota.
We don't have to go to explain.
Yeah, yes, you do. One of my best friends is a police officer. Yes, you do. And he loves to deny that.
Perhaps unsatisfied with how that exchange went, Morgan turns her attention to another source of her troubles.
What is your occupation?
I'm in. Oh, God, I hate saying
Influencer
that.
or-
Oh, God, I hate saying that word. No. YouTuber, I guess. Leave it up to YouTube, you know? Leave it up to YouTube. This is like my last straw. Like, every person that I meet on YouTube is the most up piece of like, leave it up to YouTube.
Morgan may be having second thoughts about dating her fans, but it isn't long before she turns her bitterness back to the deputy.
So all along when you walked in the door, you already knew?
No, man, I was trying to figure out what was going on.
Like, all those questions and, like, acting like you cared?
I do care, man.
That was just all, that was all just a game.
Trying to figure out what happened to your eye. I was trying to figure out,
Right,
after
and like,
that happened, what happened, why you didn't call the police,
like, be a human for a second. Like, you know how crazy women can get. And I was yelling, and I know what I'm doing. And, like, I don't think that I would have done what he had done had I not been doing what I was doing.
Morgan's explanation seems to assign equal blame, which makes it all the more difficult for her to see any justification for her arrest.
So he just called you, and this is how much pull he has?
No, ma'am. He called and explained your guys' relationship to us, everything that's been going on, the text messages between you two, the concern about the money.
Okay. All I know is that I was standing in the doorway of the garage, and he went nuts, and then I locked the door.
Morgan sticks to her story as it relates to the altercation, and she maintains that her posts are not as incendiary as they seem.
For the record, it was a joke, okay? It was a joke. And I thought that I had privacy to my own platform, and I even blocked him on there. Like, the fact that he even saw that, he must have created, like, a new screen name or something. Like, it was a joke.
Morgan's story has no effect on her circumstances, so she focuses instead on her immediate environment.
Would you mind turning the air on, or at least letting the window down?
Turning it on?
Yeah, just like, or at least let the window down or something. Well, that doesn't work. Where's it blowing?
Maybe from the top.
I need some modification.
Morgan clearly isn't happy about her accommodations, but she hasn't lost her sense of humor completely, as we see in this comical exchange.
Do you have any tattoos?
Yeah.
What's your biggest one?
The one on my back? I don't know. What kind of question is that?
I just-
One in my crack.
I just need
You want to see it?
I just need a list of tattoo.
Yeah.
Some people have a
the
lot.
one in my crack says, "The world is my oyster." In my crack. It's 100% true. You want to see it? Okay. No, I'm not. Worst tattoo I ever got.
She also reveals that this isn't her first run-in with the law.
I have assaulting a police officer on my record 10 years ago. I don't want to say the same scenario, but like I drove drunk and I purposely rammed a car with my Bronco because she was driving too slow. And then I went back home, and then the police officers came to my house, and I had this like dog fence up, and he like tripped and fell over it. Yeah, he like tripped and fell over the dog fence, and then he claimed that I assaulted him.
If Morgan is able to see the funny side of her troubles, her sense of humor vanishes when the deputy tells her that John is taking out a protection order against her.
Protection order? Over what? Hold up. I protected him.
But this mild display of anger is nothing compared to what we see inside the sheriff's office when Morgan realizes that police intend to comb through her cell phones.
Do you give me consent to go through your phone to acquire that information related to this case?
No.
Okay.
Go through my phone for, excuse me?
For the text messages, the conversations, the things that you were posting about, do you give me consent to do that?
I feel like I need a lawyer.
Okay. It's just yes or no.
No.
Okay.
In this scenario, requesting a passcode instead of a fingerprint or face scan is seen as testimonial under the Fifth Amendment. While courts differ on this, the Supreme Court has yet to address it directly. It's advised not to share passcodes to protect one's Fifth Amendment rights. However, under the Fourth Amendment, searching a phone without consent or a warrant is generally deemed unreasonable. Law enforcement must obtain a warrant based on probable cause for a phone search without consent.
Well, you can log on there if you want to.
But we're going to download it all.
Okay, I will help you do that.
I just asked
I
if
can
you.
sign on to Patreon right now and you can see the post if that's what you need. Like, log on. I gave you my
I
phone
can't-
password.
You did, and I can't download them here. I have to take them
What
upstairs.
do you mean download? Like, I'll send it. I'll send it to you.
We're just going to download everything off that phone.
You
for the case.
cannot. There's over 6,000 videos.
Okay.
On that.
We're only going to be getting the videos that are related to this case, not all your other videos of your YouTube.
But there
and
are no
stuff.
videos. It's a post. And
Okay.
so I was telling you, if you open my phone right now, we can screenshot the Patreon message. The post that I put on Patreon, we can screenshot it. It has nothing to do with videos. It has nothing to do with photos.
I'm just going to apply for a search warrant for those things at this point. okay?
Right. Of course you
So,
would.
yeah, okay. So
Because we both know who you are.
once they're downloaded, then you can go through the process of getting
Download
them
it. There's nothing to download. It's a post on Patreon.
You need to relax.
Okay.
Officials at the detention center administer a breathalyzer test for safety reasons. Morgan blows a .303, indicating severe impairment. In a video uploaded to her Patreon 8 days later, Morgan said, quote, "I like the idea of living a 100% sober life, so if this is what it took to get me here, then I'm grateful." Despite all the emotion of the day, the Washoe County District Attorney's Office decided later that month not to pursue the charges against Unstoppable Morgan. John has moved back into his home with his daughter and ditched living in the trailer for good.